When you score, you make the West Ham sings. Jimmy on the wing, Jimmy, Jimmy on the wing. Every time you're on the ball, we know it's gonna be a goal. Your real name is Crescencio. La da da da, la da 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 dum, la da 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 dum, la da 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 dum, la da da da. Welcome to Claret and Booze. I hope you enjoy the show. Coming you, Irons. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Claret and Booze impromptu live show. It's not really. I mean, we've kind of been planning it all day. I just forgot to schedule it because I'm really organised. But I'm joined this evening by Sam, and Luigi might join if he can get his little 2-year-old to sleep. His little 2-year-old that bullies him. Isn't that right, Sam?
Fucking too right, mate. You've been trying to put him asleep since 7:30.
I know. He's still running around the bedroom pretending to be a T-Rex at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, and
that's what he said
Lou.
to us.
And that's Lou. That's not a 2-year-old.
But Sam, thanks for joining me, mate. Thanks for joining me.
Not a problem, mate. Anytime.
Good stuff. Because I've been abandoned by John. He's fucked off abroad again. He's gone to Portugal. You know, just can't get the staff. Mickey's got an inner ear infection. He's not well again. Old sick note. So he's He did tell me something funny when I phoned him up. Right, he said he's got an inner ear infection. So went to the doctors, and he said the bloke told him to stand up, and he said he fucking shoved me. He pushed me. He said, but I weren't expecting it. He said, what's all that about? I said, I suppose he's testing your balance.
Your ear, yeah.
But he said he really.
I thought you was going to go. So I thought you was cracking a joke then. I thought you said the doctor told him to stand up, and Mickey didn't. The doctor told him to do it again.
But yeah, give him a shove, bless him. Give him a shove. But look, anyway, I made a couple of here's Lou. Here's Lou. Here he is. You finally got that little man off to bed, Lou?
No, he's not asleep yet. His mum took over.
Oh, is she? Oh, good woman. You got a good woman there, Lou.
Oh no, he's had so much sugar. He's off his nut, just talking shit. If he had any more sweets, he'd be asking me to get a brass in. Telling you. Just loves talking. He's like, dinosaur. It's like, yeah, but it's bedtime.
That's all the trick. That's all the trick or treating now, isn't it? Did you take him trick or treating?
Yeah. I walked him around. Yeah, he loves it.
He's got a stash of sweets basically that he's been.
That I'm staring at right now. That are going to disappear after this show. He's getting robbed. Life lesson. The life lesson.
Yeah, that's it.
Dog eat dog
loose.
Don't leave
snooze you loose.
Yeah, that's it.
You know.
That's it.
But Lou, thank you as well for joining me, mate. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for having us.
Right. So, I've made a couple of videos this week. You know, because I've been quite down on the whole West Ham situation. But I've been feeling much more positive down, our boys.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
So I thought we'd do a live. As I'm on the up rather than on the down. So, you know, I thought it'd be good timing. But we're going to try and make this show because it makes my fucking piss boil talking about Sullivan. Don't want to talk about him. I've got that off my chest. There's no point crying over spilt milk with Amorim. He's gone. He's a Man United manager. The ship has sailed. It's gone. It's done. Duran could have had him, but he's still at Villa. Right. There's no point moaning about it. Morgan Rogers, we could have got him before he went to Villa. There's no point moaning about it anymore. I'm not going to mention this stuff anymore. We've got Lopetegui. Right? Now, for the first 10 games of the season, he's well, look, we've all been very confused with the way he's been playing football, leaving us wide open. He did the same again. Against Man United in the first half. Should have been out of sight, but we weren't. They missed their chances. However, the second half wasn't champagne football. But I think Sam and Lou, you basically said that all of a sudden that was the first time that you could see some form of identity this season in that second half.
Yeah. I heard some people saying it was a low block. It fucking wasn't. Like, we was pressing high up the fucking pitch. We never used to do that in a low block with Moyes. We was more defensive in that second half, 100%.
Mm.
100%. But it was a fucking... The press was high. So I don't...
It goes from one extreme to the other, Loppy.
Yeah.
I said it earlier on. He's either got all the players up the pitch or he's got them all back. It's weird. Like there's nothing in the middle, you know? Bagel FC. But you felt the same, Lou, didn't you, about it the second half? I mean, look, it was night and day. Okay, I think the second half was definitely a marked improvement. I do think I wouldn't say it was a low block, but it was counter-attacking football.
Oh yeah,
it was counter-attacking football. And
yes,
but I suppose the players that we've got, they're more suited to counter-attacking football at the moment, aren't they?
Bowen, counter-attacking player.
Yeah, Summerville probably
100%.
You know, Summerville. So I think you said on your show that you would expect, if he's got a brain in his head, to start with the team that finished the game against Man United, or start maybe with that sort of system as well. Do you reckon? Against Nottingham Forest?
He's got her, or he needs a head wobble. Like, why wouldn't you? And I think in his press conference, he said, "Oh, I knew they was going to get tired, so he brought Summerville on." I think he's just trying to make himself look a bit clever. Yeah, because if he tried that one again and Forest goes and score 3 goals, and then it's going to be on him, isn't he? All the questions, why didn't you start him? Why didn't you start him? But I'll tell you what I did like in the second half. Wan-Bissaka weren't trying to go on the left wing. See, in the first half.
Was that?
Like, I know. But if you're going to do that, once you've laid off the ball, if you're not getting it back, get back in position, didn't you? It's fucking madness. But
I just think he just brings too much confusion. I mean, it's one thing.
Yeah.
When you consider what he's trying to do with us, it's quite complicated because we can't fucking work it out. I don't think the players can either. I think even if you got like basic players like Guido, I said it earlier on in the voice note. You know, Guido sort of drops back. 1 minute he's splitting the back 2, then he's pushing up. He's like a little jack in the box. 1 minute he's got Souček there, he's got Alvarez there. He's looking around, going, "Fuck me, where's Emerson gone? Where is everyone?" You know, everyone's all over the fucking place. So, and he doesn't come across like the best communicator, Lopetegui, does he? If you listen to him in his press conferences, not for me, don't.
No, I don't understand a word he's saying in it.
No.
And another thing, I feel like if one wing back's attacking, the other one don't have to be flying up there as well, because you're just leaving it open. Because that's what Fernandes was doing, weren't he? He was just turning around over the top every time in that first half. Like, if Wan-Bissaka goes up, Emerson hold back, right? You don't need to, especially if you've got an actual left winger up there and you're playing 4 at the back, because he can cut in, he can get the ball if the ball comes across wide. You don't need Emerson that far up the pitch. Right,
no,
if Wan-Bissaka's up there,
I think the only way you do that is if you do what you want to do, Lou, and that's if you play a proper 3 at the back. It's the only way you do it, really. If you play with 3 centre backs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can do that, but even then the 3 so you got the 3 at the back, right? Say Wan-Bissaka's bombing it. Then it can turn into a 4. All Mavropanos, because he'd be the right centre back, would just fill in the right space to Wan-Bissaka comes back. Same vice versa. Kilman would fill in the left space, if he's going up. But instead of a midfielder dropping in to split the 2, I'd rather Todibo be in the middle and he's the one who brings the ball out. And if something needs cleaning up behind Alvarez, he can come and clean it up because he's good enough and he's sharp enough to win the ball, even take a man on and lay off a pass.
Absolutely, mate. And Sam, I think going back to what we said earlier on, I know we've heard, Lopetegui when I think he was sort of challenged by the West Ham commentator, whoever that was. He said Summerville's played his way into this team, and he basically did disagree with him. Do you think that is him being coy? Do you think he will start him?
I think he's got to. He's got to. If he doesn't, it just comes down to him being stubborn. Because there's no way he sat there and thought, "Oh, I'm going to bring Summerville on the second half." Like Lou called it after the Tottenham game. He said, "Play Soler on the left," and we was all like, "No, you can't fucking, surely not." Surely when we're still not that club now who's trying to pigeonhole someone on that left-hand fucking side who can't play it. We've gone out and spent the money on fucking Summerville. He hasn't looked shit when he did, or before the weekend he'd done all right, and then weekend he came on, he's been fucking brilliant. That isn't down to Man United. I know Man United went to fucking where was it? Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
But that wasn't tired legs at half time. He came on from the start and was fucking brilliant. He caused fucking mayhem. So if he doesn't start at the weekend, that's all down to Lopetegui being stubborn. But I don't think he's that fucking stupid.
Well,
surely you're not that fucking stupid.
He played against Liverpool because when I went up to Liverpool like the midweek game. We got battered in that game, but I think the team that he put on the pitch played well for most of the game. Summerville looked good. He was like one of the main brightest players. I've had my concerns about him. I've said before, I'm worried about his size, but watching him the other day, that kind of that's alleviated that because he's. Do you know what? He's either going past you or you're fouling him. One of the two. So he's either going to win the free kick or he's getting past you. He's so direct, and there's more to his game as well. Like when he sort of dropped back into some interplay. Do you remember when he sort of dropped inside and Emerson overlapped him and he played that lovely sort of reverse pass and fed Emerson in? He's not just a dribbler. He looks like he can really play. So they've got to get him in the team. I think it's a good opportunity for him, isn't it?
Especially with no Kudus anyway, for another 2 games. Obviously, fucking, I feel sorry for fucking Soler a little bit. Like we've brought him. Ain't played him in his fucking position once, have we?
Well, no, we have. But I've got this theory on the central midfielders because I know I will always protect Paqueta. I will. I will concede. I do think in the way that Lopetegui plays, I just don't think there's any point having him because Lopetegui in central midfield, I think is quite clear. I think the midfielders' jobs are to block and to basically hold on to the ball, pass sideways and backwards. All the supply comes from wide areas. I think you can see Paqueta trying to do that. It's like because his instinct is to play the ball forward, is to get that ball and go forward. That's what he wants to do instantly. But you can see he's kind of stopping and thinking about it now, and he is getting caught on the ball. And look, Soler ain't shit. He's a Spanish international. He's played at PSG. He ain't shit, but he looks shit. So I don't know whether I'm ready to write any. I mean, I'm not writing Paqueta off. I never will. I'll concede he ain't been good, but I do think I don't think we'd miss him. With the way that Lopetegui's playing, I don't think we'd miss Paqueta at the moment because I don't think you get the best out of him.
You can't say that this season. Games what we've seen. No.
Yeah. This comment to cheer you up.
What's that? I love Kudus, but he don't pass enough. Mate, you can't compare the two.
Fucking hell.
You don't need to compare the two either, mate. You actually don't need to compare the two. See, what you got to bear in mind is Kudus ain't a left winger. He's been playing out there. Kudus is on a different fucking planet. I mean, Summerville's good. He's really good. But, I mean, Kudus, for me, if he's in the right team, you're looking at a potential Ballon d'Or winner there.
That's what I'm saying. Do you two lads think it'd be another Declan Rice one where we all know he's world class, but until he moves to Arsenal, then everyone knows he's world class? That's going to be the same as Kudus. He's going to go somewhere massive. And then
100%. 100%. I was having an argument with an Arsenal fan the other day. He was telling me, who's the fucking Brazilian winger they've got?
You two next to each other. You love
Martinelli's better than Kudus.
What? Fuck off.
No.
This was the same geezer. This is the same geezer who told me a couple of years ago that Partey's better than Rice.
I'll tell you this now, right? And you might disagree with me. People might. I wouldn't take 2 Sakas for 1 Kudus. I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't. Kudus is he's on a different planet. Look, I do think there's been some battles going on. I do think that he's refusing to be Lopetegui'd. I don't think Loppe does like him running with the ball too much. I think he'd rather him just sort of stop and pass and not do what he's doing. But I don't think you're not going to stop a player doing that. Didn't he come out? He was a bit weird that he came out in a press conference before the season started, after Lopetegui had joined, and he said, "I'm not changing the way I'm playing." He did say that. He said it in a press conference. He said it in a press conference. He said, "I'm not changing the way I'm playing."
He's got no need to, though, has he? He didn't come here to fucking build his career and stay here for fucking the rest of his career, did he? We all fucking know he's a stepping stone. He's got one eye open for that fucking Liverpool job because fucking as soon as Salah goes next year, who's the perfect replacement for him?
Yeah, no, I know. what's really upsetting for me, and it was the same last season. This is kind of the main root cause of my frustration with West Ham. Is all the players that we've had for the last. Let's just look at last year. Was crying out all season for the midfield to be Alvarez, Paqueta, Kudus, and to have. But now you look at it in a sense. You see, our options are even better, and I just feel like Lopetegui's so obsessed with system-based football and he's system winning the fucking game. You know, if he just went back to basics, which is what he did in the second half of that game, a lot can be improved on that. But he simplified it. If you just played a more simple style of football with these players that we've got, and you kind of trusted them to win the game with their talent and their brilliance, we'd be watching a mouth-watering fucking team at the minute. Summerville, you know, Paqueta would shine again in that sort of setup. You know, like
Nick,
if you're able to
saying
shine.
there, Nick, that's where, like, you know, like I say this about England. If England got a Harry Redknapp in, same with our team we've got now, it would just put everyone in their right positions, put an arm around the people he needs to put an arm around, and then you'll see a completely different fucking game. Sometimes it's got to be simplified, ain't it?
Yeah, it has. I think so. I think so. I'll tell you what, especially when you're a foreign manager and you're in a country where it's not your native tongue. I know they're not all English players, but your communication ain't great. I mean, the geezer gets asked questions in press conferences and asks a question to something. He answers a question to something else. So he seems to be able to speak. He can talk English, but he can't fucking understand it. So I don't see how that's going to work. You know, especially when you're trying to, you know, embed this really complicated fucking way of playing. I just don't see why you would. I don't see why you would. I mean, if you got, but then again, if you look at Pep, I think you said it, Sam. You know, Pep's killed the likes of Grealish, isn't he?
Fucking dead, ticky-tacky fucking football. What?
Yeah.
Is it? You see it now. You can't even fucking take a goal kick without having your two fucking centre backs in there with you now because you want to draw fucking fuck off, man.
I know. Yeah. I am. Do you know something? I'm becoming more of a dinosaur as I'm getting older because I do long for the days when it's like that with kids football to a degree, right? There ain't really nothing funky that goes on. You literally pitch when you play like with the under 15s, under 16s. Really, you know, because I'm not a master coach. I literally just pick the team and put them out on the pitch. But effectively, it's beautiful because you're just pitching 11 boys versus 11 boys. And I was saying earlier on, wingers versus fullbacks, midfielder versus midfielder, striker versus fucking defender. The team, the 11 players go and win the game. The better team on the day win the game. You know, it's much better nowadays. It's like a fucking science, like chess, isn't it? You know.
It is. Even back then, just one little tweak would do it. Like if you're playing a 4-4-2, just tell one to drop a bit deeper to help in midfield, and that can change the whole game. But it's like you said, it's chess. It's 10 outfield players that have got to do all these confusing things. And yet it does work with Man City because they are the best of what they do, right? And they can implement this against a mid-table team and still win 4-0. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Still win 4-0 with a second team. With teams like us, I think just simplify it. It's so easy, isn't it? Simplify it. Be more attacking against the weaker teams. Play more of a counter-attacking and stuff. It ain't that fucking hard to simplify football and win games, I think, anyway. And this is how bad it is. I honestly think us three was a coaching staff and the managers at West Ham. We'd have more points than Loppy. That's how bad it is.
With that group of players, I reckon you could literally pick almost any... Because these players, I do believe, they're so good. They're so good. You know, it isn't, it's not fucking rocket science. It's not, you know, they know how to fucking play football. They do. The only thing you've got to do, I think the art in management really is watching a game as it goes and reacting in game. Right, fucking shit, that ain't working. And then maybe trying to change it then. That's the art of management for me.
Like an Emery. Like an Emery.
Yeah.
Perfect for it. I was gutted we didn't get him. Absolutely fucking gutted.
Even the likes of fucking... he was interviewed, Lou.
Yeah.
When was that then? Like before Moyes come back?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, before he went to Villa, he was interviewed by Sullivan. But we know Sullivan's his talent ID, mate, is fucking up here. Yeah. He knows.
He only won like 5 Europa Leagues, isn't he?
He knows talent. He knows talent when he sees it. I mean, Loppy took over Emery's Sevilla team and then won a cup with him and then started to fucking dismantle him the year after. But But
And you
yeah,
can't judge Emre on Arsenal either, because that was straight after Wenger. So you can't really judge a manager straight after. Can
No.
That's how I see it. You know, after some 20 years.
No. What's this? Loppy gave an Apple interview and he was asked about Summerville playing on Saturday and he wouldn't comment about if he would be playing. Yeah, I think he's going to be under immense pressure here. I do. And he is. And I'll tell you what, this is a bit of a funny one and all, because Sullivan's already come out and claimed, not Summerville, Sullivan's already come out and claimed Summerville was his own. So it's a bit weird, isn't it? You know, it's a bit weird that he ain't trying to sort of kiss the boss's ass and try and get his player firing.
But does he give a fuck though? He's only here for 2 years.
Yeah, he ain't going to be here. I don't think he'll be here 2 years, mate. I really don't. I don't know how long we're going to kick the can down the road with this bloke, but I just can't see it working. I mean, what's this? The concern is I think Kudus is going to get an extended ban for another 3 games. Yeah, but it's a concern. But I think we've got enough players. I don't think we have to worry too much. You know, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be fine.
Is it done, or are they still looking into it?
It's the way it sounded the other day on the commentary. It almost sounded like they said it was, you know, that was the verdict. The FA are weird though, Sam. They take fucking ages to do anything, don't they?
Fuck yeah.
You know,
Fuck.
He'll probably get his kit on and go out, and they'll hook him and say, "Oh no, sorry, we've changed our mind. You got a 3-game ban, another 3 games."
But you know the plus side of his sending off. I'm gonna, because I've been so negative since Loppy's been in. I'm gonna try and look at the pluses. The plus for me is.
No, you haven't.
Oh yeah, I haven't. But if Summerville keeps starting on the left and improving and playing well, then surely when he comes back, he's got to play number 10, or he's got to think about dropping Bowen. Right? I don't want to see Summerville have 3 blinding games and then he gets chucked back on the left.
I just can't see any way. I mean, look, we've all, you know, we've identified it here, right? Fair enough, he passes Summerville, but he's a direct runner. Bowen's a direct runner. Kudus is a direct runner. I just don't believe at any stage, not even to start a game, I don't think at any stage in any game you're going to see all 3 of those players on the pitch at the same time. I just don't. And it's shocking. It's heartbreaking. Because if you look at it from a defensive point of view, when you look at the way he sets up, right, in the first half, commits so many bodies forward. So it's high risk. Commits so many bodies forward, leaves us exposed. So if you're that dead set on fucking attacking, great. I like it. Put good fucking attackers on there. How do you defend against Bowen, Kudus and Summerville? You tell me. How do you defend against that?
It's going to be fucking, it can cause you a lot of fucking problems, isn't it? I've lost one.
Yeah.
Or even give more legs in the middle, play Kudus in a deeper role next to Paqueta with Alvarez behind them. Like the obvious thing to do.
I do think if you're hooking Paqueta out, you've got to be looking at putting Kudus in there, because I do think you need some. I know we ain't using Kraft in the middle, but I just can't swallow it. I can't swallow having a dead midfield like that. It's just, you know, unless I'm just not understanding the way that he wants to play, and I don't get it, because it does feel a little bit like that. The midfield just blocks, and a supply comes around the outside. I don't get it. I don't get it.
You mean the midfield tries to block? It's just non-existent, isn't it? It's just a line of 3 doing fuck all.
Yeah.
I don't get. I think with our midfield, we need an engine in there, and we ain't fucking got it. The only thing we have got is fucking Souček. I don't want him in my fucking starting 11. I fucking wouldn't pick him. I'd play a different. But if Loppy's going to play the way he is, it fucking kills me to fucking say it. Souček's got to be in that fucking team.
I've arrived at the stage, right, where, because I've been having so many battles with a lot of fans. You know, Trudge, you're there. I can see you. Right, Trudge he's great, but Trudge don't. It ain't that he don't like flair players, but I think he likes industry. He likes players who work hard. That's what he likes. What's this? He likes industry. Do you know what I do want to see? Honestly, because a lot of people criticise Alvarez as well. So he's too rash. People don't like tacklers anymore. I do. It's part of me that when we play Nottingham Forest, I'd like us to line up with Guido, Irving, and Souček in midfield. Soler on the left wing, Bowen on the right wing. Just go on. Just take them all out. See how it goes. Just take all that flair out. Yeah, it'd be lovely. It'd be really good. That's what I think we should do. Because I just feel like 100%. Look, I've said earlier on, Paqueta has been a whipping boy. He ain't been good. He ain't been good since all this stuff started. Of course he ain't. But he's being played for a reason. He's being played because he's capable of and he's a good player as well. You know, he does muck in, but I don't like the fact that he's the one player. And look, that's rich coming from me because I always pick on Souček, but I love Paqueta, so I'm going to defend him.
The big difference though in there between Souček and Paqueta.
Yeah. I just don't like the fact that a lot of fucking fans pin shit on him when the whole team have been crap. You know, the whole team have been crap. I don't like it.
Oh,
he has been.
Bowen's
he has been. Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah,
he's had one good game against Ipswich.
I know.
And the worst thing Lockie did is dropping Todibo against Man United. Like that, you lost 4-1. Now I think Areola's a fault for one of them goals. I wouldn't have dropped him, but now you got to play Fabianski after that game. But what he's basically done goes, well, I've lost 4-1, but technically, if you go on flash score, Todibo scored an own goal, even though it just was a save that hit his leg. How did Todibo get dropped for that game? It's ridiculous. And honestly, if he stays for a long period, he would be our best defender I've seen with my own eyes. I'm not talking Bobby Moore, I'm too young. But with my own eyes, if he carries on progressing and stays with us a few years, he's going to be a legend at the club.
He's class. I think that's this is one thing that I think that I can credit Loppy with the way that he's managed, though, because if you remember when Todibo came in, we saw him in his substitute appearances. I must admit, he looked shaky as fuck. He looked like really shit. He weren't fit. Fit. I must admit, I do think the way that Loppy has introduced him has kind of protected him a little bit. I'm going to give him a bit of credit because I think he's waited until he's been fit and he has brought him in at the right time. The rumor is as well. I don't know how I can fucking believe it because he was amazing in that second half. But the rumor is that he had a bit of a knock. That's why Dinos come in. Don't know.
Nothing was reported though during the week or anything, was it? Like
not during the week, but before the game. I didn't see the report, but a lot of people were saying that. Yes, anyone that's watching, this lovely couple sitting above me at the moment. I put them next to each other. You will find them over on our sister channel, Claret and Booze Extra Time, CB Extra Time. I will put the link to the channel in the description as well. Go over and support the boys. And you remember, that really annoying, hyper energetic bloke called Jay as well. You'll see him on there as well. He is.
He's not annoying.
He's not annoying. He's not.
He's a legend.
He just bounces about a lot.
Straight
He's got so much energy.
He's got a lovely bucket hat as well.
He has. Yeah. Well, the bucket hat's got a stain now. Apparently, he put the bucket on at half time against Man United.
Yep, keep that on, Joe.
You've got to keep it on.
Yeah.
So, for me, what I think he's going to do, if you want me to be honest, and then you can go, right. So against Forest, the way I think that Loppy is going to, I'm being perfectly honest here. I do think, I know you guys haven't, but I think that Jack Elderton on the analysis thing, I think he hit the nail on the head the other day when he said that the second half was an improvement, but it was remarkably similar to what we was doing before. There was times when we was playing counter-attacking football. It wasn't what Lopetegui has obviously said that he's going to do when he came in, which was change our style, changes to a possession-based team. I think that if he goes to almost a low-block counter-attacking game, it's an admission of failure on his part. Therefore, I think that's always going to be his backup plan and his panic go-to. I think we're going to see him try and do the same thing again that he's tried to do 10 times before.
That's not what we want, though, is it? We all sat there and said we don't mind playing a counter-attacking football and not defending. If we're playing like the big teams, I imagine United ain't been fucking great this year. Ain't been great for a while, but it's still a big team. We don't mind that. We'll fucking take that. We're playing Forest at the weekend. What? Forest are going to fucking defence.
Forest ain't Ipswich. I'll tell you that much.
Oh no, they've been fucking good this year. They've been good this year.
Yeah.
Are Forest a team that we should be fucking scared of and be?
No, but what I'm saying is, I think the way that we've been, the way we've been setting up to start games, that plays into Forest's hands because they don't care if they don't have the ball. They'll sit deep. They'll defend resolutely. We can come at them with 6-7 players pressing high. They'll just wait, bang, gone, and they've got pace.
Does scare them. Pace kills us.
Kills
us.
Yeah. So I do. Oh, is it? Whose birthday is it?
Happy Emirates.
Happy birthday to you. Go on, Kerry. She only just come back from Tenerife. Happy birthday.
Oh no, born on Halloween. That's how she gets her little witchcraft
shit,
ways.
yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah. That's why she always looks 26.
Yeah, yeah.
In hell.
But yeah, so that's kind of where I think that Loppy is, and maybe that's where he's himself. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place because he's committed fully to doing what he's trying to do, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's stuck now. Maybe he's stuck, or is he stuck? Is it just arrogance? Because I can't believe that he only knows how to play football one way. He proved it. He proved that he knows how to change it in the second half. So what is it with the insistence?
Sorry, we're just giving this to John. Fuck you, John. I'm in your grave, mate.
Yeah.
Dance on it, Sam. Dance on it.
I'm gonna go get some fucking nuts.
But what do you reckon it is though? Do you know, like, if as a manager, is there some sort of shame involved for Lopetegui if at this stage with what he's been trying to implement, it don't fucking work, right? Is it a sign of weakness for him to all of a sudden turn around and go, look, this don't work. I'm fucking ripping this up. I'm starting again. We're gonna play a different way. Does that show weakness, or would that show strength from the manager?
It depends on your ego. See, me personally, if you fuck up and any walk of life you fuck up and you think I've got to try something different to make this right, then I think you're being a stronger person. You're being more positive to change the direction. That's of anything in life, not just football. But if you've got an ego, which I believe he does, I think you're right. He's going to think, well, I can't do low block. I'm going to stick to that way. And if he does stick to that way, right? And like Jay said it, my old man was saying it, when Souček's the one who drops back and splits the two defenders, then I'd rather Souček than Alvarez or Rodriguez do it because he's a little bit quicker than the pair of them.
Well, do you know something as well? But you know, Souček in a compact area, like, well, he's no good in, like, you know, like the way we've been playing in midfield, where he's got a massive wide open space to cover. He can't fucking do that. But if he's got a job where he's doing that, where he's dropping back and he's good at blocking in small areas. He's a big unit, isn't he? You know, he's hard to get round. I think Souček's useful if you give him a job to do. But I don't think I've been watching him in some of these games, Sam, and it feels like you watch him, you're like, what are you doing, mate? He's like floating around, eating hot dogs.
I scratched my head how he's a Premier League player. I can't do it.
100 grand a week. 100 grand a week.
Put pressure on the ball. You're in the fucking Premier League, mate. You ain't gonna get fucking time on the ball. So it doesn't.
You're going to upset Trodge, Sam. You're upsetting Trodge. You can't talk about Souček.
Our team lacks aerial presence.
Mate. 90s, mate. And long, fucking hill, actually. We do a little bit on goal kicks in that, don't we?
Yeah.
Wonder what we're fucking doing. Where's Souček standing on that wing or that?
But you can't help but ponder, right? I'm going to start going downhill again now. You can't help but ponder the difference that it could have been, right? I'm gonna do it. I said at the start of the show I'm not going to, but Amorim, it was in our hands. I'd convince myself that Amorim had turned his nose up at us. I thought he walked into Tramp Towers, saw Sullivan, and went, "Fuck this," and got out. That's what I thought. I thought Amorim dumped us. Sullivan dumped Amorim. He dumped Amorim. Right, so that's what he did. That's how this all started. So Sullivan said, "No, I'm not doing it." We could have had Amorim, a manager, probably one of the best young up and coming managers in the European game. A manager with that fitted the system that Tim had instilled in the youth academy. You remember we was all talking about it, the 3-4-3. It's how he fucking plays. It was look, it fits. Obviously, he had him lined up. A manager with a history of using youth players and bringing them through. When he went into Sporting Lisbon, there was a load of senior players that weren't playing ball when they was kicking off. He just went, you, fuck off. Brought a load of youth players in. He don't care. So the likes of Urfi, Potts, Alford, players like that, they might have actually been used and given some game time. Guilherme, who we brought in, the 18-year-old, who looks mustard when you watch him in his training videos, he's probably one that was identified maybe with Amorim in mind. And you got him, and then we could have gone and got Duran. We could have gone and got Fofana. And you just think how different this season could have been with the fucking decisions that have been made by that little fuck. And and this is the thing. What we're talking about now it's heartbreaking because we should not be talking about this now. We should be in a completely different position after all that shit we put up with Moyes. A lot of you might not agree. You might have enjoyed Moyes, whatever. I didn't like the football, hated it. To move on from Moyes, be given that opportunity, because I don't think we're going to get. The reason we got an opportunity to land Amorim was because Tim was brought in at the time when we just had 3 years in Europe. Tim was obviously selling a vision that he believed in. So it had a lot of weight. And I was right with what I said. He didn't pick Alvarez. He didn't pick Kudus, but he did go over, sell him the vision. He got the deals done, brought them back over. He'd done the same with the youth players. He'd done the same with a lot of the other players that we've been bringing in. But you know what? He's been made, he ain't a liar, but he's been made to look a fucking liar because Sullivan hasn't allowed him to get the key component in this system. Surely the most important person, I mean, I'm talking about Duran, you talk about Fofana, they're fucking secondary. The most important person has got to be the manager, innit? For a director of football.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
I'd actually say the director of football first, then the manager. Like how it's done on the.
What I'm saying is for the director of football, the most
the
key
manager,
component for him to be able to showcase all the players he's bringing in, develop all the youth players, make him look the bollocks, do well for the club. He's got to have the right. He's got to have his coaching, isn't it?
Of course he is.
What the fuck?
Well,
What the fuck did Sullivan do then?
Came down to that.
Yeah, of course.
I can't stand.
Can I just touch on something? You know, you mentioned Gelme, right?
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned Gelme. Do you know what I would do? We're struggling up front, right? The kids play on a Friday. I'll be saying to the Keane and that, I go, I want Gelme up front. He's big enough, he's fast enough to score. I want him to try him up front so he get used to it, and then bring him on the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or if you're winning, depending on the result of the game, because you could solve a problem now. Right, and many wingers.
He should have had more minutes than what he's had so far.
Of course, yeah, even in his position. But the fact that we're struggling up front, you watch him, mate. Even he's not the clips of Brazil. I know you can't just go by the clips. He's fast enough, he's strong enough, and he can finish. So play him in the kid team up front, and then give him 10 minutes in the proper games, and then you might stumble on the striker there.
Well, you don't know. The kid has got real fucking pace. Like real pace. The one thing that I would that holds me back from that is because I don't know too much about this kid. I don't watch Brazilian football. I didn't know much about him before he came in. I just knew about his reputation. But I watched on I think it was on a West Ham network. They had Tim Vickery on. He's like the South American football correspondent.
Oh
He knows a lot about the he knows everything about the kid. Yes. And he said that their Palmeiras, where he come from, they used to play him wide, but he said 100%. That boy has got central midfield written all over him. He said he is fantastic operating under pressure in tight areas. He's got amazing acceleration, amazing power. He said he's going to be a unit. When he develops, he's going to be fucking massive. He's going to be a central midfielder and an amazing one at that. So, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think at the moment we've got a problem up front. Why wouldn't you try and use that? But I just feel like we're talking about we ain't got no legs in midfield, Lou. We ain't got no legs.
When Kudus is back, he can drop him midfield.
There's legs there. But there's legs there.
Yeah.
We've been shit anyway. This is the other thing as well, where people talk about, sort of slowly blooding players in, changing things. What's this? Yeah, go on. We'll talk about that next. This will be interesting. We'll get onto Ingsgate.
What a bloke.
We'll get onto Ingsgate.
Bloke.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think we talk about not having no legs in midfield, which we haven't got. We ain't got no pace there. And I just think we've been that shit at the start of the season. We'd have been better off. I'm telling you. I think we'd have been. Do you think we'd have been worse in midfield if we'd have just gone? I forget all these other players. If we'd have just gone like Potts, Surfy, Ilford.
No.
If we'd have just started them in the first game of the season and got up to this point,
we would be better. We would be better because they've been there since they was a fucking kid. That would have mean more to them.
Yeah. And they would have developed and acclimatised to the Premier League by this point. 10 games in.
Yep.
Even the ones that are not on loan. So Alford, Scholes, Gelme. Yeah, even them. If we saw them coming on for half an hour and that, Loppy would have more credit in the bank because as a fan base, you go, I can see what he's doing. He's trying to bring the kids through. This is why I keep saying it. If he does go, I think Kevin Keane and Mark Noble to say we're not going to go down. We probably won't get Europe. Have the rest of the year. And if I was Sullivan, I'd say make sure them 3 kids are getting games. So in the summer, it's 3 different transfers I don't need to make to replace Creswell, to replace another midfielder. It's just fucking obvious how much money you can.
I love that. I love that idea. The reason I love that idea is because Noble is so involved and embedded in that youth team. He would not stand in the way of them youth players coming through, would he?
No.
It'd be looking at using them. And you know what? I think all this seniority bollocks, he's earning that much money. He can't be on the bench. You can't have a player on lunch. Fuck off. If they're not, if I was a manager, I'd be along the lines of, look, well, it's not my fucking problem. I'm gonna pick the best players that are gonna do a job for me. I don't care. Just because you've given them a stupid fucking contract, it don't bother me. I think what Lopetegui should have done is, I think a lot of people have said he's tried to manage a transition and not upset anyone. No, I think when you come into a job, you've got a clean slate. You assess everyone on their merit. You make a change. You say, no, there's fucking I've been brought in to make changes. There's changes going to happen, and I think everyone should be on a clean slate. But it almost felt like he continued that. There's certain players that had people like Souček, certain players that were untouchable at the start. I mean, none of us expected Souček to start, did we, Sam?
No. Especially when you heard possession-based football.
Yeah. I know.
That does he? He doesn't work. The geezer that gets panicked when he's got players around him. No, but yeah.
Let's talk about the football expert Cole's comment there, which I totally agree with. I'm lobby out Carlin.
You two go then. Go on. Give me your sales pitch.
Sam called it first, so I'll let Sam crack on.
Right. I'm not sitting here saying Ings should be starting every single fucking game. He should be our main man. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, in certain fucking games, he's got to be in front of Antonio. If we're playing a low block and we want to play defensive, yes, we have fucking Antonio. But when Ings came on at the fucking weekend, he made a little bit of a fucking difference because he does make fucking runs. He does link. He makes runs better than fucking Mickey does. Might not be as quick and strong, but his knowledge of where to be in the box is fucking hell of a lot more fucking better than Mickey. He links up better than Mickey.
Great assist as well.
I just feel like we have not gave either a fucking sniff since he's got here. He has not had a fucking good go at it.
Sorry, Sam. I see what Nick said there. You clearly saw Ings for that assist did a Ronaldinho. No, with a fake shot, like pretend to scuff it, put Jimmy in. It was brilliant.
Listen. What I will say is he was there. He was in the position.
I just think I
don't hate him. I
can't get my head round. I can't get my head putting a striker in front of him just bigger and stronger. Nick, you even fucking said the other week you would play Mickey 50% fucking unlike if he's fucking when he gets back from Jamaica and he's like only 50% of him, you still play him over Ings.
Look, for me, with the way that we're playing, Danny Ings, don't get me wrong. If I was playing Danny Ings in a 2, thank you very much, Colin Chilver, as we from Somerset.
Colin, thank you.
Good show, lads. Loppy out. Dildo Sullivan will never gamble on a young dynamic man. No, he won't. He's a wanker, Colin. He's a wanker. Absolute wanker. But yes, if we was playing Danny Ings in a 2, going back to what I was saying earlier on, 4-4-2, the football that we all want to see, that we all love, big man, little man, love it. Danny Ings is a fucking assassin. If a chance is going to fall to anyone in that West Ham team, Bowen's sharp as well. But if you want it to fall to anyone, you want it to fall to Ings. He is a specialist at that, 100%. He is. He scored a lot of goals in the Premier League. He scored goals wherever he went. Rarely as a lone striker. And my issue is, and I do believe it as well. Even I don't think. Maybe if we played Summerville and you played Kudus and you played Bowen and you had Ings there, maybe then, because the centre backs and they've got a lot to think about, and Ings would get some space. But if you've just got Ings up against a centre back or 2 centre backs, I just don't see it. I think a Premier League striker has to have, in addition to what he's got, has to have, probably more importantly, power, pace, strength, preferably all 3. They need to have that. Those are the 3 attributes they need to have. because I don't really think that a striker in, for instance, the system that we've been playing for the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and probably this year, I don't think their job is mainly to score goals. Goals come from everywhere across the front line. They come from, I think the striker's job is there to cause disruption. It's there to cause chaos. If they get goals, that's great. But I think you want them to create space so that the likes of Kudus and Summerville can fucking chop in onto their foot. The goals come from those players. I just don't see Ings as that. I think he is a great option to have. He's not shit. He's far from shit.
Yeah.
I just don't see Ings leading a line. That's my belief.
I would
But
still.
you know how you can play Ings up front in a 2? If you got 3 at the back.
Yeah.
I would still,
yeah.
I still prefer to play Ings and have Mickey come on for the last half hour. That's where he's going to cause damage.
Well, Antonio would cause massive damage in the last half an hour of the game.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Stevie Bell. Top man, mate. But yeah, he would cause massive issues. Of course he would. Look, I don't want to be sat here saying that I think Antonio is our best option still. Fuck no. I wanted Duran in. I wanted him replaced. You know, I wanted him to be that impact player. But sadly, with the way that Loppy plays and the way that Moyes played and the way that probably most Premier League managers play now, which is with a self-sufficient striker up front on their own, I just think that even if we had a fit, I've seen fucking Füllkrug. I saw him in Germany. I don't rate him. That's why I kicked off when he came over. I see he's a fucking cartels. He's a cartels. He ain't suited to the Premier League. He's not. He's going to be even worse now with his floppy foot because he's got the Achilles injury. So I think Antonio is still our best option, and it's a disgrace that he's our best option because do you know we've spent 600 million in the last 5 years?
Yeah, I knew it was up to
600 million, and Antonio is still. He ain't even a fucking striker, lads.
No, he's a wing back. If you think about it,
he's not a striker.
No,
but he's better. But he's better than the other options. It doesn't. When I say he's better, I don't mean he's a better striker. Of course, he isn't a better striker than Danny Ings. Danny Ings is a specialist. But all I'm saying is, I just feel anyway, especially with the Premier League now. I just feel like with the job that the strikers are expected to do, which is to occupy these big 6'5" fucking monsters at the back, what do you want Danny Ings to do?
Yeah, but that's the style of play that you're playing. I completely agree with you. If you're just going to play that style, he's going to fucking struggle. But I put 11 out earlier on our WhatsApp group. That's
for you, Luke. Go on, Sam.
Yeah, that's why I put it up. Go on.
I have Ings and Antonio in my thing because I think Ings ain't necessarily got to be a fucking striker. I think he can be like a false 9 or even a number 10, especially now that Kudus ain't here. So why not have a fucking front 4 of Jimmy on the left, Bowen on the right, Ings sitting behind Mickey?
I would love to see 2 up front. I
don't think that's 2 up front though. You can sit there and call it 2 up front, or you can
because Ings will drop a bit deeper.
Deep. What did you call it earlier? A deep line forward.
Yeah. Look. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I would love to see that. You know, I would love to see the big man, little man combo again. I would, and I do think it can be. I do think it can be done. But the only way I think that you can do that is if you got your, because that means you're you're probably playing a midfield 2, aren't you? You're playing a midfield 2, really.
Yeah.
You've got to have that. They've got to be the right players in. If you've got to have the right players in the middle, then in midfield.
Yeah, but how I would have that, I would have Alvarez and Paqueta. Like, we're going to say everyone's fit and no one's suspended. Yeah. Alvarez and Paqueta.
I would.
And if he gets 100%. Behind them, Todibo comes from the middle because he'd be the middle of the 3 centre backs and can clear up from there. And so this comment here with a surname like that, Paisan, I know you know your football, right? Now listen, you're all gonna go, oh, it can't be done. It can't be done. Trust me. Italy have just transformed by doing this, right? You're 2 wing backs, right? See a wing back, people just presume you have to be fucking Cafu, that you can defend and tackle. No, you don't have to be. And I'm going to give Adam a little shout out on this because he did call this when the preview I wasn't there as well. As long as one of them is fairly attacking and one's defensive, it depends who you're playing. Now, look at Bowen. Under Moyes' ball, let's say 75% of the game, he was a right wing back. Yeah,
I agree with this.
Can transition, to a right wing back, right? And how I would have it, if I was to have a 2, it depends who I'm playing, right? But I'd more likely have 4 and a 1. Yeah. So what I'd have is Kudus on to 2 number 10, say, behind the striker. So when we're breaking out, Bowen will be on the right and he can interlink with Kudus, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And I'd have Summerville as the other 10 because when Emerson goes up, yeah, then he can interlink with Emerson. He can come to the left, right? You can do it that way. As I'm saying, you might think, oh, Alvarez and Paqueta ain't enough in midfield, but no, Todibo be the one who comes up.
I disagree. I think they would be, but people hate Paqueta, so I just.
In games, you're gonna need Todibo because Alvarez ain't got the pace. You're gonna need Todibo to come behind them and help them sometimes, right? And he's the one I want to bring the ball at. Now, I think what the team we've actually got, it can be done. And if we've got a speed demon we're playing against, like when we played Chelsea, do you know what you do? You make Wan-Bissaka right centre back, right?
Yeah.
You can do that, because now he's got the pace, right? And even say Bowen's injured and you have to mix it around. Mavropanos is the right centre back and Wan-Bissaka's on the right. What I've seen of Summerville, you don't need to be the greatest fucking tackler, as long as you chase back and just cause like get in people's way, track back. Summerville can play the left wing back, but long as I wouldn't have Bowen and Summerville. I'll do Summerville if Wan-Bissaka was on the right, and I'll do Emerson if Bowen was on the right.
I think there's merit to it, right? But if you remember on the Boozcast that we did, we had this conversation, didn't we? And that was about playing Bowen on the left to be a provider. So putting wingers on their strongest side. So because what Bowen effectively is a goal scorer. You play him on the right hand side. His job is to chop inside and fucking shoot and score goals. That's his job. And that's kind of where he's got. And we kind of had that discussion about, well, if you put him outside on the left, which is what we've been asking Kudus to do, which is to be a provider rather than a scorer, would Bowen have a problem with it? I believe that he would, and I think that he would probably there'd probably be a bit of an ego fucking thing there if you made him a wing back. Now, for me, I don't think you're wrong because I think if you look at half of what Bowen did last year, as you just said, he spent half his time fucking defending anyway.
70%, more than half. He was a right wing.
I think if you had the right manager with the right character, you could talk to players and get them to buy into it. Like you could say to Bowen, look, Bowen, look, I know it's all about playing for England, this, that, the other. Well, look, you got a lot of competition up there, but seriously, mate, if you play in this position, you'll get into that fucking team. You know, this is how you become a starter. I can turn you into a star playing this way. You just need a manager like that can really manage egos, I think, because I think it would be best for the team and I think it would be best for the player as well, because I think a lot of Bowen's attributes, as great as he is in front of goal, especially if he wants to be a captain, you know, he'd be more involved in the game out there, wouldn't he?
That's what I was just about to say. Ain't a job as your captain to do the best for the team.
Yeah.
So, but even he came out before he got the captaincy and said, "I'm not a captain," but yet we fucking still gave it to him. Was that?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that was part of the fucking deal to get him to sign that big fucking 8 year deal?
I don't know. I think that was more Danny Dyer threatening to kneecap him if he didn't. But no.
When you play the wing backs, right, it's natural. So say Bowen's gone up there and he's linked up with Kudus and he loses out, but it doesn't matter because the other 4 have just turned into a 4 now. Yeah, till Bowen gets back. It's like, believe it or not, people, the game of football is not just played on this island, that other nations have figured out all these other systems and ain't too bad at them either. Like, if you fucking, I know everyone just thinks Italian football's boring. Watch Inter Milan. They're the best out of it. They've done Freeze DeMarco, right? And then they bring on the sub. Even Conte's done it. He's made Politano as a winger into a wing back.
But McTominay is a world beater over there, and Lookman looks like Lionel Messi, doesn't he?
No, I'll tell you what, though, we missed out on McTominay because I don't watch enough of Man United. That's the legs we could actually do with our midfield.
Yeah.
And Gilmore don't look bad either over there.
Oh, fuck, I forgot he went over.
Yeah.
Top of the league.
I think there's something you got to look at as well, because what you can't do is we've played 10 games. We've been a bit of a mess. And I think there's been certain things that we saw. What I'll tell you what I took from the second half. What I took from the second half was Paqueta came off, yeah. Normally, Emerson's looked shit when Paqueta ain't been on the pitch. He looked good with Summerville. So it looks, and the other thing, it looks like you've got a real partnership developing with Wan-Bissaka and Bowen. So I think we've almost got our wide. It's there. I think this is why he's got to play Summerville, Sam. Because if you look at that, for me, if you just take in bits and pieces from games, you look at the wide areas. Emerson and Summerville linked up fucking beautifully. I think they're gonna do well together.
Yeah.
So that looks good. Wan-Bissaka and Bowen on the right hand side. That looks fucking good. The second half, what we did different to the first half was we weren't playing a stupid high line. We weren't trying to catch him offside in the second half. We was leaving Kilman back basically. So we had an extra man, and Guido weren't off marauding everywhere under instruction. He was sitting a bit deeper. I just think that for me at the moment, I would stick with the shape because I like the relationships that have been built up in the wide areas. I like that, with Bowen and Wan-Bissaka, with Emerson and now Summerville. Stick with that. It's a brilliant fucking chance now Kudus is out to actually get him on that left wing. You just got to basically get that defense settled, get the CDM to be a fucking CDM, whether it's Alvarez or Guet, they've got to be sitting there shielding. We need the bodies back. And then the only thing that's missing really is that middle three. I think you just got to sort that kind of. You've got the CDM. You just got to sort out the two central midfielders and that striker, and then because we have been, I think we've been called it, haven't we? Bagel FC, Donut FC. There's a massive hole. He's just got to sort that out, and then maybe it could click because Jay done a show when Lopetegui come in, and he spoke. He looked into his time at Sevilla, and a lot of their goals came from wide areas. It was all about supplying the ball. Wing backs going up and stuff like it. Everything came from wide areas. It looks like he might be starting to get that now, or he could have it with Emerson, Summerville, Wan-Bissaka, Bowen. That's a positive. Maybe, but he's got to build on that. He's got to not be such a
I agree with you there, Nick. But what needs to be done in game is like if it's not working, and you say this.
I'm just gonna have an argument. 1 minute, go on. I'll leave. 1 minute, go on. I'll leave you to it. 1 second.
No, it's Sam. This is what I'm saying, right? You see we're taking over. It's our show now.
Go and subscribe to C&B Extra Time.
Yeah, or we're just going to cancel the show right now. Yeah, and put loads of likes on the previous videos. But no, all jokes aside, see where you got Bowen on the right and Summerville on the left cutting in. In games, you know what I love? If especially you got foot long, you think, right, he's come on, say he's fit, and you just want to get service to him, swap him.
Yeah.
So you got a left footer going down the left, right footer going down the right. It's just madness.
It also affects the opposition's defenders as well.
Of course it does.
If you've been playing 70 minutes for someone that keeps cutting in, then you swap it and keep going down the fucking line. It's going to cause.
Where's all these Italians coming from? Barritelli, 32. Look.
Yeah, don't look because we know it. We know the football. Do you know what I mean? We're bad.
Who's cousins?
But yeah. My prediction anyway. My prediction is that I think he's a dickhead, and I think he's going to try it again. He's going to try it again. Thank you very much. Give it a tickle. Give it a tickle, as Kerry says, as Abby says. So I think he'll do the same again. I've got a horrible feeling that Summerville won't start, and I think it's all going to come down to he will play. I think he'll bring him on in the second half again. It's all going to come down to whether or not we can get through the first half again.
I can't see him being that fucking stupid.
Yeah,
he's done it. He's done it all season, mate.
Surely you've got to learn from your fucking lessons, ain't you?
We kept on playing Kudus out on the left wing. He never learned from that. We kept saying it.
Is they doing that because he ain't got the bollocks to drop Bowen?
Would you think he's got to drop Bowen now? I don't think he's got. Maybe. Maybe. Well, yeah, but what? But as we've said, Bowen's been underperforming. And he's given him the captaincy, hasn't he?
And he ain't done it yet, has he? He ain't dropped him yet.
No.
Because didn't we all get excited fucking the first few games when he made subs like that? He bought off Paqueta, he bought off Bowen. I mean, we was all like, oh, here we go. Like, he ain't fucking around. Like, if you're shit, you're off. We all got excited about it. And look, here we are now, what, fucking 9 games in, 9 games in. We're fucking, no, he ain't doing that.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good thing. No, mate. Black Country Emma. I do think that is a positive of Loppy for all the fucking negatives and the stupid way that he the stupid way that he sets up sometimes. I think it is actually encouraging that he don't mind ripping it up mid game, and he will change it. He'll go in mid game. He'll go no. Like
But
a
the
half
problem
time.
is that's you're dealing with your own fuck up because you keep
I know.
repeating this.
No, I know. But Moyes would never do that. So he's making ridiculous mistakes. But Moyes, when he committed to something, he would just stick to it until the 70th, 80th minute. Whereas at least he shouldn't be making these mistakes. He's repeat mistakes anyway in the first place, you know. But at least he is kind of trying to correct them at half time. I'm just trying to find positives, mate. That's with that. I do think there's some when you look at it. I do think there's some, you know, but it's just fucking slow. It's just slow, isn't it? It's just really slow at the moment.
Take a positive. I think I better pay the electric bill. See me lights.
Yeah, what's going on there?
I'm having a seance.
You're having a rave. So what's your prediction for the weekend anyway?
I'm going to go with what we said on our show. I do think what I think and what he does are two different things, but I do like to believe he's not going to be that fucking stupid. We're going to come out the same starting 11 that we did in the second half. And I don't see us keeping a clean sheet, but I think we might be onto something here now. I'm hoping we are. So I'm going to say 3-1 West Ham.
3-1.
I'm going to go with 3-1, and this is my build a bet. I think Paqueta's going to either score or get an assist because he's due one. All right?
I fucking hope so.
I think Souček's is going to score from a corner.
Yeah. I
think Summerville's going to score, and that's going to be my build a bet. West Ham to win, over 3.5 goals in the game, and them 3 to either score or assist.
Louis called it. Right. My prediction is I'm going to offer some balance to this madness.
That's a rude.
My prediction is that he won't play Summerville. My prediction is that he starts Soler out on the left-hand side. My prediction is that he doesn't drop Paqueta. Even though I would like him to drop him now. Like I said, I just want him pulled out the fucking firing line of these fans now. I don't think we deserve him. I just take him out, put Irving in or something, you know, just do something like that, whatever. I do think he'll start Mickey. I do think he will. And I do think he's going to play. He'll go out with that same mentality. I think that we're not going to be as lucky against Nottingham Forest. Chris Wood and Garnacho, if he gets any of them fucking chances, or, you know, Elanga or any of them other fucking players that got his Hudson-Odoi, and I think we're going to get done. I think we're going to get done in the first half. I can see us being 2 or 3 down. And then what I think is going to happen is I think he's going to change it at half time, and we're going to have an amazing second half again. I think Summerville's going to come on. I think he'll score. I think it'll be brilliant. But I don't think it'll work. And I think we'll leave the game feeling great because we finished well, and that's all we'll remember is the second half. But I think we're going to lose 4-2. That's my prediction. 4-2. High scoring game.
Fucking cheers for that, Nick.
Yeah, nice and cheerful, Nick. Yeah, cheers, mate.
That's what I think. I think he'll do. I think he'll do the same again because I've seen nothing from him to suggest that he's gonna see the error of his ways. I think he'll just see what happened at Man United as a masterclass. I think he'll see all the chances that they missed. I planned that. I knew they was going to miss all their chances.
It would have definitely. Do you reckon if he was 4-0 down at half time and say we lost 4-1, do you reckon he'd have been gone, weren't he?
He'd have been gone.
Yeah,
he'd have been gone. But like I said, the only thing that's really kind of taken the wind out of my sails with, I was well on the Loppy out train, but after learning about Amorim and Gonzo done another show, apparently Slot as well. Slot was also too risky. Slot, Amorim. Who are we going to get if Loppy goes, lads? What's the point?
I think he is like Slop and Amorim are too fucking risky for West Ham, but they're not risky for fucking Liverpool or Man United.
Oh, yeah. And he's come out and said that as well. He's like when they basically signed him. And the thing is, right, it's too risky. But what we will do is we'll go out and pay 27 million for a 31-year-old injury-prone fucking German who's never played in the Premier League. That ain't a fucking risk, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's all fucked up.
I'll be honest.
I've got no excitement now because even if Loppy gets sacked, I've got no excitement about who'll come in next now. No, I really ain't. Not now.
Club's fucked until Sullivan's gone.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be any time soon. He won't fucking set
I'd be happy, like I said, with Kevin Keane and Noble either way.
That's what I would prefer. I think I would rather than let him go and fuck it up again.
Yeah.
Just let's just do it from within. Just you know, just maybe Noble don't want to do the job. I don't know, but if you
in the dressing room, though, if it's Kevin Keane and he's the assistant, in the dressing room.
I don't want him to go out and get. And I don't. Honestly, the geezer's he's actually a cunt. Not like you know, not like a, you know, because it's a lovely word, but he's a shit cunt. He's horrible.
We use it. We don't use
cunt
it.
With a K and 4 T's at the end.
Yeah, but like a proper cunt though. Like he's fucking he's repulsive. Honestly, fuck him. He's killed me. He's killed me this last week with that news. He has. Thank you very much, Nick One. Off topic, but all of you CMB, including viewers, I love all of you. You're all incredible people, and I wish you all so much love and happiness. Thank you very much, Nick One. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well. Yeah. So that's me anyway. I'm going for a 4-2 defeat with Paqueta dropped, Andy Irving in midfield.
Fucking Andy Irving.
Nice bit of industry. Let's get some industry in. We want workers. That's what we want. Just want people running around. That's all you want. But you never know. He might see the error of his ways. We'll see. It's horrible, isn't it? It'd be nice. It'd be nice for me because I've been full of like hope. I weren't for the Tottenham game. That's a lie. I weren't full of hope for the Tottenham game, but I have before all the other games. It'd just be nice for me feeling like this to look at a team sheet and go, yeah, fucking brilliant. Like he's actually done it. That'd be nice for once. For him to actually lift my spirits rather than fucking piss on him. Loppy.
Ain't gonna happen, mate. Ain't gonna happen. Fucking shit being a West Ham fan. Love it. Wouldn't change.
No. Oh no.
Yeah, brilliant.
Right. Okay. We'll leave it there, anyone. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Sam, Louis, thank you very much, lads. Going to say it again, Claret and Booze, CB Extra Time. Go over, please go and subscribe to these boys. They're doing a load of stuff over there at the moment. It's really good.
Nick, can I just say, maybe you don't have to do that. For John and Mickey, John, there's one thing I know about Sam. He's good with some nuts in his mouth. So you could be off the firm. And Mickey, I'm a dab hand at the comments. But just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. John and Mickey, like, we've stepped in.
Elbow. Get them out.
Get them out.
That's it. Mickey and John out. Get them
Mickey
out.
And John out.
Fuck them off. Fuck them off. Yeah.
I'm joking. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, people. Right. And thank you for having us on, Nick.
Yeah, cheers.
No worries. Should we finish with a bit of Jimmy again?
Go on.
Go on then. When you score, you make the West Ham sings. Jimmy on the wing. Jimmy on the wing. Every time you're on the ball, we know it's gonna be a goal. Your real name is Crescencio. La da da da, la da 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 dum, la da 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 dum, la da 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 dum, la da da da. Welcome to Claret and Booze. I hope you enjoy the show. Coming you, Irons.